The following is a previous recording of the Coffee Hour. This flashback show is from Friday, July 7th, 2023.
The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. We have the 2020 feature, Sports with Brian Camp, and Entertainment News with DJ Pete. So settle in with coffee in hand, and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Hi, everybody. Welcome once again. Here we are, another Friday morning in New York City, and we're gathered together around the breakfast table, the water cooler, or wherever you may be. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and of course, I'm going to be with you for the entire hour. We're here every Friday at this time, and if you're on the Eastern Coast, then you know your time is the same as mine. We're after 10 o'clock here, but if you're elsewhere, look at your clock and look at it very carefully and see and notice that this is the time that we come on each week in your area. And we're all around the world. We're global too. So no matter where you go around the world, we're right there with you. You can check us out. And those of you who are new to the program, well, we welcome you aboard like everyone else. And you are a full-fledged member automatically. Anytime you want to, you come right in and just mingle with us. Let me tell you about the show, how we do this. Now, each week when we come on the air, as the host, I get things started, and then we can judge a conversation. And at any time at all, even right now, if you want to say hello, hi, whatever it is, just type it right in. Use your keypad for your computer and your tablet and your cell phone. And then I'll see right there on the big screen, and I will say hello to you back. And if there's something that you would like to say or interject a conversation into the program as we go along for the next hour, you're welcome to do that too. And of course, you'll be able to meet other people and talk to other people as they come in as well. And we're a family of friends here, and we welcome one and all. And it doesn't matter if you're young, you're old, you're rich, you're poor. This is the place you ought to be right here along with us. We welcome you just the same. Now, just in case you don't know, we come from 3 different places. Wherever you're watching us right now, we come from 2 other places from where you're watching. In other words, if you're watching us on Facebook, which we're live, we're also on YouTube, we're on Instagram. And so we want to say hi to everyone who's watching wherever you are. And no matter, as I said, where you go around the world, we're right there with you. And of course, if you're watching us on Facebook right now, take the time right now to tag all of your friends. Tag this show. You can tag this show to your friends. I know you have a lot of people on your Facebook page, a lot of friends. All right. Well, you don't need to tag them all. You may not have time to do that. You're so popular. You have so many friends. You can't even keep up with them. I understand that. But maybe there's a selective few that you want to bring in and hit them to the show. Well, that would be great if you can do that. You can do that right now, as a matter of fact. Those of you who are watching us on YouTube, you ought to know that we always encourage you, if you go there, take that avenue and go to my YouTube channel. If you're there right now, take the time, take your mouse, point the arrow right to the area where it says subscribe, press on it, and it's in. And no, we're not going to charge you. We won't bill you for that. There's no money involved in that. It's all free. And that's the inexpensive thing about it. It's free. That's as inexpensive as you're going to get. Freebie. So if you're watching us, of course, you know, it's all free. And the benefit, by the way, of clicking on and subscribing on my YouTube channel is that from here on in, if you already clicked on from here on in, every time we come on the air live and you're not around and you happen to be on the computer, but you forgot about the show, it reminds you. You'll get a notification, it'll pop up. You'll even get a notification when we post a video of some sort. So that's the benefit of that. Now, for the rest of you who are watching us on Instagram, we thank you so much for being along. We want to just advise you to keep on following us and tell your family and friends, spread the word, and everything will be fine. As we go along the show, you already know we do a regular routine here in conjunction of corresponding with you. We've got sports coming up in just about a few minutes from now. We link up with Brian Camp, and he brings us the latest developments in today's world of sports. Brian is coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And so we're going to link up with him. Technology is very good that way. We can link up with people, but they always been good that way. I mean, from the time TV started, there was like satellite TV, and you could hook up with anyone. And remember, those of you maybe too young to remember, Edward R. Murrow used to do that, you know, in the 50s. In the early 50s, he used to do that. He had a show Person to Person, and he would talk to anyone from anywhere, you know, and he can be sitting in his studio and someone else will be at home and they link up. So we can still do that today. So that's what we're going to do with Brian. We're going to link up with him, and he's going to bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports. Now, when he comes in, you'll get a chance to see him providing you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube. Now, if you're watching us on Instagram, that's a different story. You won't get to see him. You'll get to hear him. You can hear everything he says, but you won't get a chance to see him. So in order to see him, you have to either be on Facebook or YouTube. But either way, you can still contact with him if you have any questions for him when he comes on about sports or anything in that sports area. He'll be able to answer the questions for you. That's what he's here for. He'll do that for you. So he'll be here with sports. And later on in the program, before the show ends, of course, as I always do, I always have the pick of the week, my picks of the week that I relate to you direct from Turner Classic Movies. Now, I know a lot of people are going to do a lot of things on the weekend. One of them may be just sitting home, because in some parts of the country, there's a heat wave going on, as it is here in New York City. And it'll be too hot to go outside, so you want to catch up on some old movies. Well, I have a couple of them for you that I want to add to your bucket list of movies of what to watch this weekend, and that's all coming up. And so there you have it. That's all here on the show, here on the Coffee Hour. Remember that all of the opinions that are expressed, the view and the opinions that are expressed on this show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view of the opinion of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or any other social media, Zoom, or broadcast facility. So there you go. We have all of that. So now that we have all of that out of the way, let's do what we normally do, raise our cups, our glasses, and whatever beverage that you have. But I hope it's, you know, coffee or tea or cocoa or something like that. Whatever it is, we lift them up. And what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. Oh, yeah, iced coffee today. We have a heat wave. I want to say hello to Warren is out there. Warren Dancer is out there. Hello, good morning to you. I wonder, do you have a heat wave out there? I don't know. What about the rest of you guys? We have a heat wave here in New York City. We're going to give you our weather forecast later on. And we would like for you guys to do the same thing. If you're going to involve yourself in conversation here, that would be great. Give us your weather forecast, because we want to compare notes. And we'll pass it along to other people. And even if you don't want to conversate and you still feel like you want to give a weather forecast, that would be great as well. It's 81 degrees. I don't know if that's present or maybe that's the high for the day. 81 degrees in North Carolina over there where Warren is. Sunny skies out there. And so that's good to know. He's got, that's not exactly a heat wave, but we've got it here. Yesterday it was terrible. It was terrible. People were sweltering so bad. But see, the heat waves here in the city, when it comes to New York City, it's worse than any other place you can travel, because we're surrounded by, especially if you're living on Manhattan Island, you have all of this water around you. You're surrounded by nothing but water. As in a place like Arizona or California, someplace like that, they're surrounded by desert. And so the humidity is not as bad. It's a dry heat over here. But here it's a wet heat, and we're surrounded by water. We got the Hudson River on the west side, we got the East River on the east side, and it's terrible. It's terrible. So if you're in the midst of a heat wave, keep the basic things in mind. The number one thing is to make sure that you're dehydrated. And I'm saying now I'm drinking coffee, which is a form of dehydrated. Make sure you're hydrated, I should say, not dehydrated. I say that because I'm dehydrating right now. Coffee dehydrates the body, but later on I'll have a lot of water. But for the rest of you guys, after your coffee break or whatever it is, down some water, dehydrate, drink as much water, fluids that you can, and stay away from alcohol if you can, because that's another thing of dehydration. Whatever things that you put into your body, look it up on Google, check it out, find out what is dehydration, some of the things that you shouldn't put into your body that may dehydrate at this time if you're under a heat wave. Just stay away from those things for the time being, and drink water, eat fruits. Yeah, that has a lot there. Eat fruits, there's a lot of things there. And so, again, give us your weather forecast so we can find out where you are. And you may be lucky enough not to be under a heat wave like we are, a heat wave spell like we are. Warren is not under a heat wave. He's 81 degrees. That's his high for today. DJ Pete just chimed in with his weather. He's going to be here later on too, by the way. DJ Pete over in Portland, Maine. He's got sunny skies today. He has high of 83 degrees. Overnight, it will be 66 degrees and winds will be out of the south at 13 miles per hour and the humidity is 71%. I don't know anything about Maine, and maybe I'll talk to you later about that. But do you have a lot of water around you? I don't know, because wait a minute, you have to have water around you. That's where the lobsters are. Okay, there you go. I don't know if you have as much water as we have here, because we're surrounded by water here in New York City, but you already know that because you pretty much know New York City anyway. Okay, so there we are. Brian Camp, again, he's out there too. Him and Pete, Warren, they're all there. And of course, a few guys are going to be out there with us. Again, give us your weather forecast. We'd be delighted to hear about it. And so let's move right along here. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to give you my weather forecast right now. Get that out of the way. All right, I'm going to get that out of the way right now. Go to the weather forecast and see what we have going. Okay, let's see what we have going with our weather. Let me pop it up here. Unless I got rid of it, I don't know. Let me see. Did I get rid of it? I think I might have gotten rid of it. Okay, so I'm going to have to pop it up again. I don't know how that happened. Maybe I unconsciously deleted it out of my program here, but it is no problem, not to worry. We can get back into it. So let's see. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going down the line to check it out. Bear with me for just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. In the meanwhile, while I'm looking for this, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And my name is Frank Allan, and we're going to be with you for the whole hour. I found the weather, and in some cases it looks good, except the best part of the weekend will be Saturday, I think. Sunday is going to be the worst part. That's what I say. It's 80 degrees right now as we speak. It's only after 10 o'clock here in New York City, and we've got 80 degrees already. And so our weather forecast looks like this for today. We're going to have a mix of sun and clouds. And a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible for today. We'll have a high around 86 degrees. Winds will be south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Not bad, right? No torrential downfalls, just thunderstorms. But I don't think it's going to be that bad, if it rains. Hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed. Mother Nature has a way of throwing the curveball at you. Okay, for tonight, we've got cloudy skies. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. We'll have a low around 73 degrees, so it's going to continue to be warm even at night. Winds will be light and variable. For Saturday, tomorrow, considerable cloudiness. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Goes down the line, but it's not don't let that scare you. Not especially when you're going to hear what's happening on Sunday. Anyway, we're going to have a high around 85 degrees for tomorrow. Winds will be light and variable for Saturday night. If you're going out in the town, of course, you're going to take an umbrella with you. You never know, because it's going to be variable cloudiness with scattered thunderstorms. We have a low around 73 degrees, still continue to be warm. Winds will be light and variable. Chance of rain will be 50%, 50-50, right? But take the umbrella anyway. Take it anyway. So for you churchgoers or anything that you do on Sunday, okay, be aware. For Sunday, it'll be scattered thunderstorms in the morning, then mainly cloudy during the afternoon with thunderstorms likely. Here we go. Potential heavy rain will prevail. Heavy rain. And we'll have a high around 81 degrees, and winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 90%. So we got heavy rain coming. So that's why I say it's worse on Sunday than it is for any of the part of the weekend. But we still continue to get rain. All right. But repeating that current temperature here in New York City, we have 80 degrees already. And as I said, it's going to go up to around 86 degrees. And who knows, maybe it'll go higher than that. You never know. It may go higher than that. Well, we'll see. We'll see. And don't forget to give us your weather forecast if you're out there checking in with us. If you want to indulge in conversation, we'd be delighted to hear from you. Of course, we're always delighted to hear from you. And those of you who are just sitting back idle, that's okay too. A lot of people don't want to indulge in conversation, but that's okay. A lot of people sit idle, and that's okay. But as long as you're out there, that's the most important thing, that you're there and you're out there so we could say hello to you. Oscar winner, Allan Arkin. That's the legendary Allan Arkin. And he was best known for a memorable character actor. He was a character actor, best known for his work on Little Miss Sunshine, and Argo. Well, he died this past Thursday. He died, actually it was last Thursday. We got the news late. He died last Thursday in California. Arkin was 89 years old, a legendary actor. And we didn't get the news about it until I guess probably Friday. Friday. Well, I don't know. You know, sometimes we get the news late because a lot of times when we go up the air, news develops and we said, oh, could have said that on the air, but it just came along. And I cringe because I'm afraid what's going to happen when I get off the air. What kind of news is going to pop up that I won't be able to get to you until we get off the air? But if it happens to develop before we go off the air, I'm going to depend on you guys to do that for me, to help me out with that. Anyway, we wish all of our thoughts and our prayers out to the Allan Arkin family, friends, family, co-workers, people who work with him over the years. I know some actors who have worked with him and said a lot of good things about him. So all of our thoughts going out. Dr. Frank Field, a pioneer and former meteorologist and a health reporter. I don't know if you guys in different parts of the country, the world, know this guy, because he was our local guy here in New York City. Well, anyway, he was a reporter and he died last Saturday in Florida at the age of 100 years old. He was a meteorologist. He had a son and a daughter that followed in his footsteps. Storm Field, his son, went into meteorology and worked on another radio station, worked on his competition TV station. And his daughter, Allison Field. I believe Allison worked at NBC. I can't remember, just as Frank Field did, because Frank Field started his career in New York City at WNBC TV back in 1958. And so you always depended on him for the weather. Everybody turned to him. He was high profile here in New York anyway, but I'm pretty sure he got around in different places. I'm pretty sure he did. So there you go. I told a story last night on Talkback Live about Storm Field. I didn't get a chance to meet him personally or talk to him, but I did see him. I met him. I ran into him on the street. I was standing in front of a building that I believe I was waiting for someone. I can't remember. That was so long ago. And I saw him trotting across the street, walking across, trotting diagonally across the street. coming past me, and he saw me, and he glanced at me, and he gave me a wink and a smile, and just kept on going. I gave him a wave. So that's the closest I ever known Frank Field. But Dr. Frank Field lived a long time, a robust life at 100 years old. I shouldn't live so long. And that's, I guess, a wish of a lot of people. They want to live a long time and stay in good health at the same time. And you can do it. I'm pretty sure you can do it. I think my goal right now is to at least reach 90. That's my goal. I don't call that shot, but I'm going to try. We'll see what happens. And who knows? Maybe it'll be longer. I don't know. Right now, let's live for the moment. We're living for the moment. In case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And we're going to be with you until the top of the hour. And as I said earlier, we've got those movies coming around for you. Those movies, Turner Classic Movies. And they're coming around for you. I have my picks of the week. And those of you who are interested, stick around because we're going to give you all of that information. It'll be coming up for you. And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you like the movies that I have for you. They're classics. I'm most certain that you're going to like it, right? You're going to like this too. We're going to link up right now from New York to Charlotte, North Carolina, because Brian Camp is over there right now. We got to find out what his weather is like. He's here each week at this time, and we're going to bring him on right now. We always link up with him. He has the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And Brian, the heat wave continues to go on, at least here.
Yes, it does. At least on the East Coast, this is normal weather out here in the Carolinas and the South. We are in the middle of July, and it is summer. And you kind of expect it to have, a heat wave. It is summertime, so that's what you have to expect. I just posted. Allison Field worked at NBC2, but she also worked the weekends. As her father was the Monday through Friday. And then eventually she went on to the weekdays as well too, when he was cutting his schedule. Yeah. And Stormfield, Dr. Frank Field's son, Allison's brother, worked at ABC. I wonder what was that like when they was going head to head with the ratings. that must have was fun,
I wonder what his given name is. I knew it, but I can't. Stormfields. I'm gonna have to look that up again. But I don't think that's given. I used to think that he had his father's name, but I don't think he did. But
you said yourself Dr. Frank Fields was working at NBC since 1958, but we don't know how long he's been in the business. He probably named his son Storm because of the weather. Probably,
I thought of that. It makes a lot of sense. Or maybe Storm did it himself.
Could be.
I don't know. Maybe Storm is not his first name, and it makes more sense what you said. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now, but are they still working, Stormfield and Allison Field? Or are they still?
I haven't heard. They probably both retired. I haven't heard anything from them unless they're working in another city that I don't know about.
Yeah. New York was their home base, and that's where all three of them had worked at.
Yeah. Boy. So.
But good morning to you all out there. It's 82 degrees out here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, and the high will be 92. The sun is going to be out all day until maybe late afternoon. They might have a possibility of 40% shower that might come our way. We don't know for sure, and we're going to embrace the temperatures. This is the time of the year where it gets hot. It's as simple as that. So there's really no way around it. But it is hot, and it is the summertime. So yeah, you're gonna have heat wave. You're gonna have to watch your water control. If you into gardening, if you have grass, you want to hopefully we do embrace rain to come too as well, because it will save on your water bill. And got to be prepared for that. Not much to talk about in sports today. No major news stories. It's been quiet. just the free agency in the NBA with Damian Lillard is trying to get a trade to come into Miami. That's been put on hold for now, I guess. The NFL football, they're gearing up for preseason and training. Baseball is it's a long season in baseball. So, if you want to check out the scores, check your local listings of your favorite teams, and you will find out. But this day in sports, July 7th, the Cleveland Indians, known as the Cleveland Guardians right now, stunned Major League Baseball by signing 42-year-old Negro Leagues pitcher Satchel Paige. Yes, at 42 years old, they signed him. This was in 1948, 1 year after segregation had been lifted, and he, was well into his 40s. Basically, we don't even know how old he really is because there's been stories about he's a little older than that, maybe a little bit younger. He had lost his birth certificate, so nobody really knew how old he was. Satchel Paige, happy birthday, 42 years old. Continue to rest in peace. 1959, 26 Major League Baseball All-Star game at Ford Field, Pennsylvania. Willie Mays triples the score, Hank Aaron, as the National League win 5-4. 1971, Major League Baseball Commissioner Bowie Kuhn announces Negro League players elected to the Hall of Fame to be given full membership in the museum. Bowie Kuhn, yes, he was the commissioner back then. He made that distinction and was able to do it because he was the commissioner. 1978, NBA approves franchise swap. Buffalo Braves owner John Y. Brown and Harry Marigon acquired a Boston Celtics owners, Irv Levin. So Irvin gets the Braves and then later moves to San Diego, where they was known as the San Diego Clippers. Now they are known as the LA Clippers. Yes, so that was happened back then, and that was going into the late 70s. Birthdays today. Speaking of Satchel Paige, today is his birthday. Satchel Paige, 6-time Negro League All-Star and 2-time Major League Baseball All-Star, born in Mobile, Alabama. 1948, downtown Freddie Brown, NBA guard, born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 1960, Ralph Sampson, NBA center, was born in Harrisonburg, Virginia. 1972, Lisa Leslie, WNBA center power forward, was born in Gardenia, California. 1972, Michael Westbrook, NFL wide receiver, was born in Detroit, Michigan. Weddings, 1976, guard George the Iceman Gervin, 24, weds Joyce King. Also, they got married on that day in that same year, the exact day. 1976, Walter Payton, NFL running back, at that time was 21, weds Connie Norwood in Los Angeles. Got even a couple of divorces too. 1943, I don't like to report some of these things because, it's never happy when somebody gets divorced, but I'm going to say it. Jack Dempsey, 48, divorces Broadway singer Hannah Williams, who was 32 after 10 years of marriage. And here's one recently, 2008, Cynthia Rodriguez, 35, divorces New York Yankee third baseman Alex Rodriguez due to long period of infidelity and emotional abandonment after 6 years of marriage. Wow, they really put all of that in there. But that's what she filed for. Alex Rodriguez used to date Jennifer Lopez among with other women. So sadly but these two couples, Jack Dempsey, Alex Rodriguez, were divorced in those years. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a hot, typical day and weekend here at the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina.
I hate divorces too. I have, on Thursday, when I do this day in history, they have sections where I read off who got married and what day, who got divorced. I don't like divorces either.
Yeah.
But I tell you, the worst people to marry are Hollywood people. They never stay together. The only couple, there are a few couples that stayed together, still together, but the powerhouse Hollywood couple was Paul Newman and his wife
Joanne Woodward.
Yep. That was the powerhouse couple. They got married in 1950, I think it was 1956, I believe. 1956. And they stayed together until he died. And she never remarried. She's still alive. She never remarried. That was powerhouse. That was
George Burns and
Gracie Allen.
Gracie Allen. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
He never remarried,
no, he never remarried either.
Yeah.
But he was good with the ladies. He had all those young ladies swarming around him, but I guess that was for publicity, but whatever it is. David Elliott Stormfield is his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
David Elliott Stormfield.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get as far as finding out how he got the name Storm, but as I said, that's probably what it was, is weather related. But yes, he is retired. He is retired.
Okay.
I believe so is Allison. So.
Yeah.
But they follow the father's footsteps. That's usually the case sometimes, and sometimes fathers have their careers, and sometimes the sons or the daughters want to go to a different area of life instead of doing what they do. It depends. But they both.
Yeah. New York City had some wonderful, legendary newscasters on all three channels.
Yeah.
I remember CBS had Jim Jensen, and ABC had Bill Buell and Roger Grimsley, John Johnson, Chi Williams. Yeah. That was my favorite. NBC used to have Sue Simmons and Chuck Scarborough. New York was legendary with their anchors.
Chuck Scarborough. There's a guy on and Chuck Scarborough was on NBC too. MSNBC, of course, that's an NBC station. I don't know if you ever watch it in the morning. It's called Morning Joe.
I've heard about it. I never get a chance to really get to see. I know that's the station that the Reverend Al Sharpton works at.
Yeah, I watch his show too. I love MSNBC. I kind of took I don't know. God bless him. I turn them on every once in a while. Once again, but I kind of like drifted away from CNN. I kind of drifted away from them.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I watch CNN still. I even tune in just to see if I wanted to get a laugh at a giggle and hear a lie. I even follow Fox News sometimes, just for the kick of it,
Yeah, to see what's happening. But I mentioned NBC and MSNBC, and we were talking about Chuck Scarborough. The Morning Joe show, which the guy's name, Joe, is Joe Scarborough. Now listen to this. Listen to this. This is I don't know. It's coincidental. Joe Scarborough is not related to Chuck Scarborough, but Joe Scarborough's his given name is Charles Joseph Scarborough. Now Charles, you could be called Chuck, being Charles.
That's true. Yeah. Chuck is short for Charles. Yeah,
that's right. And so he didn't use the name Charles or Chuck, so he just used his middle name, cut off Joseph, went to Joe Scarborough. And I guess I would imagine it makes a lot of sense that he did that.
Just like Charles Barkley, they call him Chuck also as well too. Yeah.
I think it made a lot of sense for Joe Scarborough to change his name from Charles to Joe, because he already had a Chuck Scarborough on NBC.
On NBC, yeah. Isn't that something? Wow. Makes sense.
It's just like Vanessa Williams. Everybody knows Vanessa Williams, but remember Vanessa Williams who played on 21 Jump Street?
Yeah.
There was another Vanessa Williams. So later on, Vanessa Williams, that the Miss America Vanessa Williams, later on used her middle initial, Vanessa L. Williams, because of the other Vanessa Williams. And so the other Vanessa Williams, I guess she's kind of obsolete now. So Vanessa Williams go back to Vanessa Williams instead of Vanessa L. Williams.
Incredible.
I hate and with people have the same name, like Ray Charles. Ray Charles. There was a musician by the name of Ray Charles who had the Ray Charles Singer. And I was under the impression that the Ray Charles Singer came under Ray Charles, but there was another Ray Charles.
Wow.
It's
incredible. Just like in basketball, Isaiah Thomas. There's two Isaiah Thomas. There's the legendary one, and there's the one that wasn't so legendary.
Yeah.
So you have them in sports too, as well as in the entertainment business as well. Yeah.
I can go on forever about this. I'll say one more and then I'll just quit. Nancy Wilson. They have a Nancy Wilson. Now we got another Nancy Wilson out here in show business. She's a rock singer.
Wow.
Boy. Now I'm just glad I don't have to deal with all of that. All right. Well, anyway, Brian, before you go,
Yes.
you talked about, you read off a lot of birthdays, but I want to read off one right now. This one's coming up Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, our own Brian Camp will be celebrating his birthday this Sunday, July 9th. And
Yes.
so
It's my anniversary too. My wedding anniversary.
And his wedding anniversary. Oh,
Yeah.
man. See, he got
61. Yes.
You see? Oh, I wasn't going to go there, but since you did, there you go.
Hey, listen, I'm not ashamed to tell you my age. Listen, is every day that I wake up is a blessing. So 61 years coming up. I'm grateful. I was going to call Stevie Wonder this weekend for him to sing happy birthday to me over the phone. But I guess I might have to do that at like another time because I think he's busy.
Okay. Well, he'll probably do it the next time. He's good about doing like that. You know, he's always willing to help, lend the helping hand to people, you know.
That's right. Yes.
Because he was saying happy birthday to me. I tried to get him, but I mean, the Beatles, they have a today's your birthday. You know, they never even sung to me, so I don't.
Yeah, but I like to say happy belated birthday to the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
They celebrated 247 years as independence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to some of you who may celebrate the United States of America, July 4th, Independence Day. Some people may not, for obvious reasons. Some, people may celebrate their own ethnic independence.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we are living in America, and happy birthday to United States of America.
Absolutely. Salute. And to all of the men and women who serve this fantastic country, give our thoughts out to them as well. All right, Brian, we'll catch you back here next week.
All right, everybody have a safe weekend. Enjoy and be careful with the heat wave, and be careful when you go out because there's a lot of mass shootings around. I want to bring that up, but you got to be careful. Enjoy.
All right, take care of yourself. All right. Okay. Your love is like a heat wave burning in my heart. That was Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, he brings us the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. Always glad to have him along with us. And he'll be back, of course, next week. Of course, he's always with us too on Talkback Live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Coming up next in just a couple of minutes from now, DJ Pete is going to be here with a little entertainment news. And we've got him in today. He's in the wings. He's standing backstage right now, ready to bust loose. And we'll bring him out here. I want to say hello to all of you guys who are out there with us, who are watching us on Facebook and YouTube, Instagram. Those of you who are watching us on Facebook, of course, I said that. Tag whatever's left of the show right now. Tag your friends and let them in on the action. Let them be part of us too as well. It's always a good thing to have everybody with us, and we can share our thoughts and opinions, because that's what we're all about here. Sharing thoughts, opinions, and ideas. Free exchange of ideas and opinions. And again, I always say, if you're watching us on YouTube, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to us. This way it'll give you an opportunity to know whenever we broadcast live or post a video or something, you get a reminder so you don't forget. And for the rest of you who are watching us on Instagram, thank you so much for being along with us. We thank everybody, and especially you guys who have been around with us for quite a while, since the beginning. You've always been with us. You come along each week. We always love having you. And those of you who come on, and I really wish I knew everyone, because I know there are a lot of people watching that don't chime in. They just rather watch, but I wish I had known you, and you always have that opportunity and that time, anytime, to contact us, and of course, say hi. We would love to acknowledge you as well. So we would love to do that. And that's all coming up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again, once again. And again, if you're in the midst of a heat wave like we are, please stay hydrated as much as possible. Stay hydrated. It's very important. Check on the elderly too. That's important too. Check on the elderly. It's very important. Knock on their door, see if they need anything or they want anything, and help them out, because they won't be able to get out of sight. They won't be able to get out there, right? Not really. So you got to help them out. Okay, we drifted over from Charlotte, North Carolina. Now we take that train over to Portland, Maine, or a ship or whatever we got there. We go there, and DJ Pete is on the air with us. He has some great entertainment news. DJ Pete, here you go. How's it going in Portland, Maine?
Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so my normal camera, we can see my face, is not working. So I got this camera going today.
Yeah.
So at least you can see me here.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's wicked hot here. You see, I got my Hawaiian shirt on here.
I see.
As we call it in New England, it's a wicked scorcher outside.
I have a shirt not quite like that, and I only wear it like once a year, and I only wear it when I go to Vegas. It's a shirt.
Why not?
It's a Hawaiian. Let me explain. It's a Hawaiian shirt, but it's a shirt with cocktails on it.
There you go.
And that suits. And I bought it in Las Vegas, and the only time I ever wear it is when I go to Las Vegas.
Cool. Awesome. So,
I should wear it.
yeah. Anyway, I got a lot of great musicians this week in the entertainment world here. Let's start with Ronnie Self, S-E-L-F, July 5th, 1938, American rockabilly singer, songwriter. His hit tunes were Bopalina and Ain't I'm a Dog. It was kind of funny because it's like, Ain't I'm a Dog, and then the music starts with that song. Happy birthday, Ronnie Self. Happy birthday to Laverne Sophia Andrews of the Andrews Sisters, July 6, 1911. The Andrews Sisters was a great, three sisters, Maxine, Patricia, and Laverne. Some of their great tunes, Beat Me Daddy, 8 to the Bar, which has nothing to do with violence.
Right.
Beat is the music beat.
Yes.
Okay. People need to understand that. Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree, Rum and Coca-Cola, a lot of great tunes, and they worked with a lot of great musicians in their time. They had a really great legacy, the Andrews Sisters. So happy birthday to Laverne. Ringo Starr has a birthday this week, July 7th, 1940. His name is Sir Richard Starkey. English musician, songwriter, actor, was part of the Beatles band back in the 60s. Did a lot of solo work also. Acting in some films also later on in his career too. Who else do we have here? Tiny Grimes of the Rockin' Highlanders, Jump Blues Band. Lloyd Tiny Grimes is his birth name, July 7th, 1916, American jazz and R&B guitarist. Worked with a lot of people like Charlie Parker, Billie Holiday, Screaming Jay Hawkins. Hey Mr. JB is one of his hit tunes there, really fun jumping number. Happy birthday, Tiny Grimes. Joe B. Malden, July 8th, 1940. American bass player, songwriter, audio engineer also. And he was a bass player for Buddy Holly's Crickets back in the day. I got to meet him a number of years ago when the Crickets came to Maine. So happy birthday, Joe B. Who else do we have here? So I got those names. I got one more name I'm going to throw, two more names I'm going to throw at you, because these are like the Powerball hitters of music. Louis Jordan, July 8th, 1908, American saxophonist, songwriter, band leader. Most worked with actually worked with Chick Webb in the late 30s, and then did his own band, taking big band music and forming it into a small group with emphasis on the saxophone. That influenced bands later on, like Bill Haley, which I'll get to, and in the jump blues and rock and roll sound of music. He was in a couple of films, Beware, Repetit, and Gone. Yeah, those are actually some names of songs that Louis Jordan wrote. Worked with Bing Crosby, Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong. His band, the Timpani Five, was the main, what do they call it here? Parameters of classic R&B, urban blues, early rock and roll sounds there. And so anyway, Louis Jordan was on originally in the 1940s on Decca Records. Bill Haley was on Decca Records. Kind of an interesting coincidence. And both of their recording agents was Milt Gabler from Decca Records. So happy birthday to Louis Jordan. Saturday Night Fish Fry is one of his famous tunes. A lot of his tunes are still played today by all sorts of musicians around the world. So happy birthday, Louis Jordan. And then ending with Bill Haley, born July 6, 1925, American rock and roll musician. See You Later, Alligator, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, Rock Around the Clock, Choo 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 Boogie, which was a Louis Jordan number he recorded. And yeah, I got to meet some of the Comets that worked with Bill Haley a number of years ago, and some of them, Bill Haley actually started as a country music Western swing musician. He had a group called Bill Haley and the Saddlemen, and they had 10-gallon hats and really great country sound. And with someone said, with a name like Haley for his last name, you should be like that comet that's out in orbit around the sun, Haley's Comet. And so they changed the name to Bill Haley and the Comets, and they got rid of their 10-gallon hats and country western stuff. And they were actually, before they changed the name, they were starting to be influenced by R&B and jump blues music, and mixing that with their western swing sound. So the sound of rock and roll was, you could hear it in some of these early recordings. It's starting to come out from them. So they got rid of the 10-gallon hats, and they went with two-piece suits with bow ties. Sometimes a plaid. Plaid was a famous color that they used a lot in the early days of the band. And so happy birthday, Bill Haley. That's what I got this week. And July 4th, also Independence Day, United States. So happy birthday to the United States. And if I can just spin off a little bit from what Brian said, I celebrate Independence Day here in the United States. And being a descendant of Greeks, I celebrate Greek Independence Day, which is another time of the year. So happy birthday, all these cats. And back to you, Frank. What do you got?
Let me ask you a question. Greek Independence Day. What month that?
It's March 25th.
March 25th. I have to keep that in mind. So, because I always want to make note of these things, because I do a lot of, as you already know, I make note of events like this day or that day, Black History Month or African, Italian American, whatever. I always want to make a note of that. Of course, if I forget, of course, you'll remind me. I can't believe that Ringo Starr is 83 years old.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's good though.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got birthdays here. Actress Cree Summer. Cree Summer played the character Freddie, and it's a girl. She's a girl.
Yeah.
Summer, she played in that sitcom Different World as a character. She's 53 today. Vonda Shepard. You remember Ally McBeal?
Yes, okay. Actually I do.
The girl that always sung in that show.
Yeah. Her name, I'm trying to remember what show it was.
Ally McBeal by Calissa Flockhart. She was the main character, and she married Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, it was her show, and she had this girl that used to always sing. Her voice, she's always singing. Either you didn't hear her, it was just like an over a video kind of singing. But anyway, that was Vonda Shepard. She's celebrating her birthday today. She's 60 years old. Actress Shelley Duvall is 74 years old. The late Joel Siegel. Now, you may not know this name because he was one of our local guys here in New York, but I figure I meant he was a movie critic. He passed away some time ago. He would have been 80 years old today. Jazz saxophonist Hank Mobley would have been 93. And let's not forget Doc Severinsen, who played in the Johnny Carson show, right?
I remember Doc. a lot. He was a great band leader.
He's 96 years old today. And Mary Ford, who was married to Les Paul. Les Paul allegedly was the one who revolutionized the electric guitar, supposedly. Anyway, his wife, they had a show together back in the 1950s. You were nowhere around when this happened, Pete, but I can tell you this, they had a show called the Les Paul and Mary Ford Show.
I remember hearing about it. I should look it up to see if there's anything online to watch it.
Before they had the rabbit, you weren't around you were around when the Rabbit Air TV was there, but I'm talking about this is like the early 1950s. Anyway, they had a show together. Anyway, Mary Ford would have been 99 years old today. And I just want to spin off something as you, Brian, did. Happy birthday, America. And I'm hoping people are still celebrating. People are still took the whole week off instead of taking the Monday, going to work Monday and taking up Tuesday, whatever.
The 3-day weekend. Now it's like a 4 or 5 day weekend.
I don't know. I don't want to miss your show. So what do you got going?
So you can catch me on WMPG Radio. Usually every other Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. I do alternate a bit, so if you don't hear me during that time slot, you'll hear DJ Faulty and his show. And I'm also on radio airwaves most Thursday nights here. Let's see, that's my WMPG information. 8:30 p.m. to 10 Tuesday nights, Eastern Time Zone, USA and Canada, and radio airwaves. www.radio-airwaves.co.uk. Most Thursday nights. Sometimes I'm not around Thursdays. I got to work, but 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Well, if you don't work, you don't eat. And I know you're wild about the Greek cuisine, and you want to make sure you stay on top of that lifestyle of having the chance to go to a nice Greek restaurant and enjoy a great meal. I can't hear you. You must have muted yourself. I can't hear you. You're talking, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me? No, I can't hear you. Did you mute yourself?
Nope. Test.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know what happened.
So yeah, I like Greek food. Go to Italian restaurant, go to Greek restaurant, go to a soul food kitchen. I want to go to a soul food kitchen. I've not been to one yet, and I want to get some great soul food.
Well, I tell you what, you're going to have to come to New York because we have the best soul food here in New York. We got some great restaurants up in Harlem, and it's man, you'll love it. You'll love it. There was a legendary restaurant called Sylvia's that's still there. And there's another one called Chocolate. Two great soul food places.
There was the one restaurant, and I think they closed in New York City in Manhattan, and it was, what was it? It was like Midtown. It was a great Jewish restaurant. They had huge matzo balls.
Oh, yes.
What was the name of that place?
Yeah, the name of it was, you're talking about Ratner's.
No.
Talking about?
No, that wasn't it. I've been to it once. And it was great. I mean, incredible food, Jewish deli food there. I can't remember the name but they closed a number of years ago, right? Didn't they close down?
They closed.
I think
they had a lot of great Jewish restaurants that they closed down. But the beat goes on. Okay, Pete, thanks a lot. We'll catch you back here, and you have yourself a great weekend.
Have a great summer, everyone. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.
Okay, take care of yourself. That was Pete, DJ Pete, of course, bringing us that information, that news, of course, that information, news information of entertainment. Listen, if you guys want to get in touch with me, it's easy to do. All you have to do is use the two sources I'm about to give you: email address and my telephone number. My email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. Prod is Prod. That's short for Productions. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Or you can call 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. You can use those sources to get in touch with us. You may have an advice about the show. You may want to know more about the show. You may want to critique the show, anything you want. Just be diplomatic about it. And we'll be glad to hear from you, as always. So remember, keep those email address and telephone number, keep it in a safe place, all right? I'll give it to you one more time. The email address is frankallanprod at AOL.com. That's frankallanprod at AOL.com. Or you can call 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. If you're hanging out this weekend in the house because of the heat wave, let me give you these movies, my picks of the week. For those of you who are into the classic movies, I always pick them each week from Turner Classic Movies. So I have them for you right now. I have two this week. And so maybe you'll be interested in watching that. Here's one that goes back to 1956 with Walter Pidgeon, Anne Francis, and Leslie Nielsen. That's called Forbidden Planet. Some nice science fiction movie. I think you'll like it. That's on Turner Classic Movies. And you can check it out. It's on Saturday at 6 a.m. Eastern. Okay, you don't want to get up that early. DVR it. You know the time. I just gave you the time. DVR it and watch it at your own convenience. We also have Guess Who's Coming to Dinner from 1967, starring Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn, and Sidney Poitier. And that's on Turner Classic Movies too. That's on Sunday at 4:15 p.m. Eastern. Get out the popcorn and the peanuts and the Cracker Jacks and get out there and enjoy it. And of course, you can go to Turner Classic Movies and go to their website, or you could, scroll through the channel, the program guide, because there may be more movies that I didn't mention, only because these are my picks of the week, but you may like the other ones. So check them out. And you can also get a chance to DVR them, just in case you don't get a chance to watch them in real time. You can DVR all of these movies and check it out. Also, when you go there on Movie on Demand, there's a lot of great movies from the past, from A to Z, a lot of movies. You can go through that and see what's happening on there, because they kind of like rotate these movies. If you missed one, they take it up. There's a certain amount of time that they leave it there, and then they take it down to make room for more. But they kind of recycle them. Also, you can go, if you're a sports fan, you missed an event in real time, the following day, it's usually up there, and you can go there and watch it. And in some cases, without commercial breaks. Some cases, not all the time. Sometimes they leave the commercials in there, but you can watch it. Maybe you missed your favorite soap opera. You can follow. If you didn't check it out in real time, you could go the next day. And there's a lot of great documentaries and all kinds of things. All of the networks are there, fun things for the kids, and you will enjoy. That's the great thing of going on demand TV. You'll love it. So let me repeat these movies once again. We have them for you. It's Forbidden Planet, and that stars Walter Pidgeon and Francis Leslie Nielsen, and that's Saturday at 6 a.m. Eastern. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, starring Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn, Sidney Poitier, and that's Sunday at 4:15 p.m. Eastern. And I think you'll like these movies. Give them a shot, give them a try. That's going to end things for me today. My weekend is officially underway right now, so I'm going to hop to it. But I will be back here next Thursday for Talkback Live. Talkback Live at 8 p.m. Thursday. Brian Kemp will be with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. I hope you will be here too. If not, be sure to catch me back here next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the Coffee Hour. And until that time, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll catch you back here soon. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
You've been watching the Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Coffee Hour.